So in this video, we are going to discuss the synopsis of Mauryan Empire and especially the Mauryan administrative system. So this Mauryan Empire was begun from the 321 BCE and it lasts until 184 BCE. The Mauryan Empire first, it can be said that undoubtedly India achieved a political stability and administrative uniformity when Mauryan Empire established. And as the empire began to expand, it, hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to discuss the Mauryan administrative system, and we will understand how Mauryans.
बहुत ही वास्ट टेरिटोरियल एरिया था। बट लो फ्रेंड्स, पिछले वीडियो में हम लोग ये तो देख ही चुके हैं कि मगध एम्पायर के पास एक बहुत ही वास्ट टेरिटोरियल एरिया था। पर सोचने वाली बात यह है कि इतने बड़े टेरिटोरियल एरिया को एडमिनिस्टर कैसे किया जाता होगा। तो चलिए आज की इस वीडियो में मॉडर्न एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन की डिटेल्स को कवर करते हैं। आप यहाँ पर मैप में मगध की कैपिटल पाटलिपुत्र को देख सकते हैं। मगध के राजा यहाँ पर बैठकर पूरे मॉडर्न
Hello and in this video, we are going to discuss the synopsis of Mauryan administrative system. How the Mauryan Empire. In this video, we are going to discuss the Mauryan administrative system, and there is no doubt that when the Mauryan Empire established, India attained a new level of political stability and also the administrative uniformity. The Mauryan Empire was began established. The Mauryan Empire was established in 321 BCE when the Chandragupta Maurya, with the help of Kautilya or Chanakya, established the Mauryan Empire, and then after Chandragupta, Bindusar took over the seat. Then after the Chandragupta, Bindusar took the seat, and when Bindusar died, a political tussle began, and in the end, the Ashoka took over the empire. So this is the political history of the Mauryan Empire. But we will discuss the administrative history. But we will discuss the administrative history. तो हम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव हिस्ट्री की बात करेंगे कि किस तरीके से मौर्यन एम्पायर के रिसोर्सेज वहाँ के लोगों को एडमिनिस्ट्रेट किया जाता था. But we will discuss the administrative history of the Mauryan Empire. So first of all, पाटलिपुत्र कहते हैं उस टाइम पे मौर्यन एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के कई सारे डिपार्टमेंट्स थे, तो सबका Welcome to this video. In In this video, we are going to discuss the administration during the Mauryan Empire. Mauryan Empire, as we all know, that it was started by the Chandragupta Maurya with the help of Chanakya, or we call the Vishnugupta. This empire was begun from the 321 BC and it lasted until the 184 BC. We will discuss how this empire get so much extent on the Indian territory and what was the administration at that time. So, as we can see that this is the map of today's India, and the yellowish portion of this map, which goes beyond the today's Indian territories boundary line. This was the extent of Mauryan Empire in the 2nd century BCE, and it got largest extension during the rule of Ashoka Emperor. As we all know that the capital of the Mauryan Empire was the Patliputra. It was somewhat near toward the today's Patna, and this is where the central administration of the Mauryan Empire works. In the central administration, the most important person who is above all is the king. Welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to discuss a synopsis of ancient Indian history. And in this, we will discuss the In this video, we are going to discuss the synopsis of ancient Indian history. And in this video, we are going to discuss the synopsis of ancient Indian history. And in this, we will discuss the Mauryan administrative system. So we all know that the Mauryan Empire was begun from the 321 BCE and it lasted until the 184 BCE. There is no doubt that the Mauryan Empire, when it began, India achieved a So we will discuss how we all know that how the Chandragupta Maurya, with the help of Kautilya, established the Mauryan Empire by dismantling the previous Nanda Empire, and then after the Chandragupta, the Bindusar took over the seat, and when he died, a political tussle started, and in the end, Ashoka became the emperor. So this is all the political history of the Mauryan Empire, but we will discuss the administrative history. So in this, first of all, we will take the central administration. And first of all, we will take the sources of Mauryan administration. The most important source of the Mauryan administration is the Arthashastra. The most important source of the Mauryan administration is the Arthashastra. Arthashastra is a text. It is a treaty of statecraft, and it was written by the Kautilya. It lays down various kind of procedure how to select the officers we called Amatya, and how to administer the whole empire. What should be the foreign policy of the empire. So all various kind of details are written on this text. And then the second most important source for the Mauryan administration history is the Megasthenes Indica. Megasthenes was the ambassador of Seleucus Nicator, and he came to the Magad Empire, the Patliputra, during the reign of the Chandragupta Maurya. Then the third most important source of the Mauryan administration is the Ashoka's edict. So these are some of the most important sources to study the Mauryan administration. And also there are some various texts like the Also, there are some various text and inscriptions, like Girnar inscription of Rudradaman, and text like Vishagdat, Mudra Rakshas, Mudra Rakshas, that is written by the Vishagdat, and Divyavdan, Mahavdan. So these are few texts which can give the details about the modern administration. So let's begin. First of all, we will discuss the central administration of the Mauryan Empire. So the the capital of the Mauryan Empire was the Patliputra. It is somewhere near around today's Patna. It is the region where the king used to rule whole territory, control whole territory, and according to Arthashastra, king is above all. He is the dharma pravartak. He is the person who can establish the dharma in the empire, who can give punishment to the wrongdoers and establish peace in the empire. So king is above all. Then comes certain section of people we will discuss. These are the people who give advice in the matter of various kind of matters to the king and implement the will of the king in the empire. So these are the people. The first section of these people is mantris, and then second section is the senapati and purohit, and then the yuvraj. So these are the people in the council of ministers, which basically formulate various kind of policies, rules, laws for the empire to administer the empire. Then comes the so this was the central administration of the Mauryan Empire, but the king cannot control whole territory by only just sitting in the Patliputra. So there, the whole empire was divided into various administrative units. So we will discuss this. There were four administrative units in the Mauryan Empire. The first was in the eastern province, and it was known as the Prachapat. The capital of Prachipat was Tosali. Then the southern province, also called the Dakshinpat, and its capital was Suvarnagiri. Then the western province, it was named as Avantipat, and its capital was Ujjain. And the northern province, it was known as Uttarpat, and its capital was Takshashila. So this is how the modern empire was divided into various administrative units, and these are the capitals where the Yuvraj was appointed, the royal blood, son of royal blood, was appointed as a viceroy or governor. So this is the central administration of the Mauryan Empire, and we have discussed the provincial administration of the Mauryan Empire. Now we will discuss the local administration. The provinces, also called the Vishya, and these were headed by Aryaputra. And the Aryaputra was assisted by his council of ministers, same like the situation in the Patliputra. Then the smaller unit of the province is the district, also called Ahar. These districts were headed by the Pradeshikas. These were the officers used to. Uh, these were the officers that used to administer the district, administer this political. Pradeshikas were the officers that used to maintain the law and order in the empire, and the other officers were the Rajukas. These were Rajukas have mainly the work of revenue collection, and in the region of in the rural side, Rajukas used to maintain the also work as a judiciary, also work in the judiciary system. And these Pradeshikas and Rajukas were assisted by Yuktas. Then come the group of villages. These group of villages contains somewhere around 10 to 100 villages, and the head of group of villages was Sthanikas, and these Sthanikas were assisted by Gopas. The Gopas were mainly the officer used to, and they have the work for revenue collection and land assessment. And then the smallest unit, that is village. Like we have the Gram Panchayat today in the local government. That time also there were villages, and these villages were headed by the Gramik or the Gramini. These Gramik Gramini were elected by the people and approved by the empire. So this was the provincial and local administration of the Mauryan Empire. Then comes then we will discuss the municipal administration. Like today we have municipal commission, municipal corporation in various cities. That time the big cities had the municipal administration, and the head of the municipal administration was Nagrikas. Nagrikas or Nagar Adhyaksh. And according to Megasthenes, each municipal commission has six committees, and these each committee has five members. So total 30 members were ass- so total 30 members were working in the municipal commission. The committees were industries, foreigners. So how this whole vast territory of the Mauryan Empire was protected, and the law and order was maintained. So we will discuss now the military administration. In the military administration, like today, we have the Indian Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Air Force. Same like that time, there were various wings of the military system, and these wings were like infantry wing, cavalry wing. Infantry wing are the pedal chalak. The people used to fought war by on foot. Then the cavalry wing, elephant wing, chariot wings, navy wing, and the transport wing. So these were the six section of the military administration, and each wing were headed by a person named as Adhyaksh. So total six Adhyaksh maintained the six wings, and these all Adhyaksh used to report to a single person, and it was the Senapati. So Senapati used to maintain whole military administration, and above Senapati, it is the king who is the commander in chief of the whole army, whole military system, who was the commander in chief of the whole military system. So this was the military administration of the Mauryan Empire. But to maintain this military and to maintain this large size military, it was the most efficient standing military system at that time. And to maintain this vast size of military system, the Mauryans used require a lot of revenue, and this is why we will discuss the revenue administration of the Mauryan Empire. There was various kind of taxes in the Mauryan Empire, and taxes like land tax, customs, mines, irrigation, forest, and the most important tax were the land tax. The land tax was around one sixth of the total produce. So, and the officer used to manage this tax system was, and some of the officers were like Samarth. He was the highest officer in charge of the assessment and uh, revenue collection, in charge of collection of the revenue of the empire. And then comes the Sannidata, who used to look took over look after the used to look after the royal treasury. So this was the revenue administration of the Mauryan Empire. Then we will discuss the judicial administration. Like today, we have the Supreme Court in the Delhi, the capital, and various high courts in the different states, different high courts in the various states. So same like in the Mauryan administration, in the Mauryan Empire, there were a Supreme Court in the Patliputra, and it was headed by the officer named as uh, Dharmadikari. Then comes the provincial capital, and it was headed by the Amatyas. The village and towns have their own semi-autonomous judicial system, and these were headed by Gram Vardha or the Nagar Vyavarik Mahamatra. So these courts used to work in both judicial matter and used to work in both criminal matter and civil matter. And this the court which maintained the civil matter was the Dharmisthya, and the court which used to maintain the criminal matter was the Kantakshodam. So this was the judicial administration of the Mauryan Empire.